if I should do a different proportion. Do 5.5 this time.
Get out of here. Come on, I'm trying to see this switch leg flip. I'm never going to see this, am I? This part's actually underratedly fun. Doesn't really have a good ledge or a flat bar. I mean, this ledge is decent, but it's round coping. And then these ledges are like a little tall. I do like this ledge a lot, though. It's just kind of where people just hang out and stuff. And of course, this chain. You know I love this chain. Oh, it looks like someone tightened the chain, actually. Usually it's like pretty saggy. Oh, yeah, it's good now. That'd be sick. Oh, like trash? But Isaac's first trick is a back big spin, so that's cool. Yeah, that's it. Cable cup on the chain? I think if you just front one, it'd be cool. It'll go. Why did it not go? I think a chain is the most dangerous obstacle in a skate park imaginable. Are you gonna try front one? Yeah, you got that. I bet you will. I bet if you push it. Yes. Yeah, you can wax chains.
Just
It works.
not putting that right there.
Waxing chains? I don't know. It's like there is. About waxing chains? Not even joking. There's a chain wax one? There's not. Let's see on the chain wax. Oh, I heard it slide. Oh, you over to board, or what are you thinking? Board slide the tip. How did he land that back flip? Oh, here we go.
Planting the seed. Okay, maybe we will do this one.
Do you call Matthew Airbud? Dude. Matthew can be Airbud for sure. Because he has golden retriever energy. 100% he's Airbud.
I think we're gonna do this one.
It is. Dude.
Then we get to put a Bioverse right here.
He's aired out of a wall. He's always had that match to him. There's only one skateboarding dog here today. I bet you can flip out.
Are you gonna do this one? I think we are. I think this one might work.
Wow, that is very comfortable.
Planting the seed, because I guess this one is kind of more of a. It's almost like a battle pose, but also I feel like because instead of a sword, it's gonna be more like a staff, so it's not as gnarly-ish.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do this one. Maybe I'll do one more layer. Let's just see. Maybe we can.
There it was. I kind of like the board side a little more than the full jam for some reason. There it is. Yeah.
By the way, I'm sorry if there's cursing and stuff in here. I cannot control the cursing.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate it.
I think this one might work.
You see him do one Wally and you're like, is that your East Coast helmet? We're typecasted, dude. Like the grind? Or like... Dude, Perky's got this one big oranges and... Yeah, when I think of Colorado, I think of tsunamis.
Oh yeah, and then this could be a peace sign. Yes, that'll work, that'll work, that'll work, that'll work, that'll work.
When I think of Midwest, I think of big handrail skaters who end up not having careers.
Alright, we're gonna do this one. Let's send it.
I would say 18 and up. At least 5. 5 stairs and up? Yeah, I just realized there's a bunch of trash in there and he's just going around it. Yeah. Yep.
We gotta sharpen this pencil a little bit.
This is just pure nerd. Worse, fortified better. Clips. Are you gonna actually jump on that rail? That rail is terrible. It's been like demolished too. People have done like a polish issue on that thing.
Okay, let's send this. Oh yeah, how we're gonna do it, we're just gonna just place the proportions in here.
Yeah, the transition cuts in. It has like a big bubble right here. Also, asking locals, has anyone hit this ledge? Crappy run up, it has coping on it, big drop. They have a little back heel battle. I think he's 50-50ing that rail. So he can hype the 50-50 this terrible rail. I mean, it's your stereotypical early 2000s skate park handrail. It's scary to pop low for like a big rail. It's just like long and also stackable.
I think this is gonna work out maybe.
Further up, you can't stack? Yeah, you can stack in the middle. There's so many big stains and just, I don't know what any of this stuff is.
Okay, let's do it. Let's send it, let's send it, let's send it.
A little first try hard to
We're gonna do our line of action.
spooky. Yeah, Nick. Yeah. Smith Brown, I'm guessing?
Yeah, I guess this might work.
Yeah.
Do our 3 immovable masses. Two.
You could never. a good point. When you have ledges around coping, you know the park's gonna get weird. Yeah. And they're still battling this line. It's not working. Straight to that. Ooh, it's not gonna do it. Straight to the
Okay, let's stay focused. Let's stay focused.
Yeah, neither could John. Who's that? Let's see. John. You scared him away, dude. What the? Nick's so weird. Yeah. Want me to ask him to take him off? That makes sense. That's why he's not pro. Wow. That's why he doesn't like me anymore. If Matt makes this, he's pro. Can't say that. That's me. I should have said, damn it, that was a good one. Oh. Or is this the next line that they're battling? That's what it is, board slid. This real stockable the whole way through. The board stall, I'll even this would be very unhinged. Yeah, that's crazy. Dude. Yeah, Matt? Dude, that's your man's. That's my man's at net. Wow.
All right, let's send it.
Yeah, man, it'll be sick. He might beat you again, John. You want to talk?
Man, I feel like he just films the entire session, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, he basically just goes there and just like, you do anything, I'm gonna film it.
Who does your Sketchbook be like more?
It's almost like he streams, but he just like makes a YouTube video out of it.
Does Curly grab the double set?
Alright, let's start with our line of action.
Oh, I like that one.
The removable masses.
That's my favorite favorite. Oh. Thank you, dog.
Split those in half.
Good call.
Work on the legs first.
There's exact over this line, so it's just John by himself, not letting cool guy deals. Ooh, pulling a JT Olds. Drop it out of there. Court. You don't want to see it. That's how you killed me. Yeah, you almost made him miss that, dude. From like the filmer, and I'm like, oh, get out of the way. So like, oh no, I'm just gonna film this back up. Whoa. So you have a coil problem? Yeah. I don't know what it is. Something that you can fix, I have no idea what it is. I fixed the coil once, but that was when I had no money, and that's the only reason I could get it fixed. The only way I could get it fixed is do it myself. I was so scared my hand would move. Oh, yeah. See, my whole thing was I'd always Google what was wrong, and if it seemed simple enough for me to fix, I would try it. There's the fixing the coil, the doing the oil, and it might be one other thing that I've ever successfully done. Everything else, I started, I'm like, no, I'm fixed. I know. Oh, Kenny, you can go get my shot for his time. Or is Kenny good? Yeah, Kenny would be good with that kind of stuff, huh?
deltoid, bicep. Let's draw through the forms. Okay, so we're gonna arc it, do the interlineus arcing technique. Arc it down. Let's clean it up. I'll erase some of this. I should just work on the head now. I don't know if I should do like an actual head face on this dude or a helmet. I might do a helmet. Kind of wondering if we could do like a.
Damn, Zach. Again with the manual ball. That's a tough angle.
We could try one of those helmets.
There he is. Oh! Straight man.
We could try one of these helmets. Let's give it a go. Let's see what it looks like.
Damn. And people say you don't do enough flip tricks. You know what I have to do is... Oh, do it, though, dude. Yes, sir.
Just give it a test run. I don't know if we're gonna do that one. That one's just ridiculous. Ridiculous. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna do that helmet. Those helmets are, I feel like the helmet where you could just see and there's, I don't know, we're ain't gonna do that one. We'll listen to some music. Watch this. For now. We could just do a helmet like that. Yeah, I might go for it. Let's bring the staff down. Wow, this is a strange character. It's like a cloth armor character, but also it has like a helmet. It's kind of odd. That makes it really weird. I don't know if I should do a helmet like that. I might just do a regular helmet. Interesting. I don't know if I should do a helmet like that. Or should we do the ominous helmet without any portrait in there? Because that portrait is ridiculous. This portrait is ridiculous. That's true, let's put it in there, huh? Or we could do a normal helmet. guess we could try the normal helmet. Sometimes the normal helmets are harder to draw than just normal figures or the normal portraits. Those are kind of cheesy though. I have to redo this a lot. The helmets are hard actually. Let's really work on this to see if we can get it down. Fortitude, fortitude, fortitude. Guess we put wings on the helmet. Might as well, because it's like we're at that angle. We actually can't put them in there. I'm curious to see like if people are gonna like this one more, or are they gonna like the homeless guy more? I'm pretty sure people are gonna like this one more. It's more relatable. Should we go for this one? It's hard, like, because we're trying to draw a knight, but it's also supposed to be for peace. So that's what makes it challenging. But yeah, I think we're gonna go with that helmet. Should we go with that one?
Take less when you can get a beefy 5-layer burrito, a chalupa supreme, a double.
Let's try not to do the rain ambience. I don't know why all these have the rain ambience in them. Excuse me. Yeah, we'll go with this one. That sounds pretty gnarly. Okay, so we're gonna work on. I'm just gonna full on send this one now. There's no going back now. We're fully sending this one. So we were gonna do kind of like a cheesy portrait, but I have been kind of like into doing the kind of the armor, but also the kind of like the shepherd looking stuff too. Like armor of God, but also shepherd. Now the question is how we're gonna have that hand right there. New zone. Now I need to find some new copyright free music I like, huh? Let's see here. Sure, I wonder what happened to that playlist. It's like not here anymore. Huh. Jason B, what up, bro? You still alive, bro? Holy moly, are you still riding, dude? Wait, are you the other flatline rider? Or is that somebody else? I'm pretty sure that's you, isn't it? Or am I just tripping out? I might just be tripping out. Bro, they got rid of this playlist I used to always listen to. Darn. Man, dude. Fudge. Listen. Oh, you still right? Nice, dude. What in the world happened to my computer? Oh, there it is. What are you up to? What are you trying to learn lately? Recently? Working on the hardest areas first on this thing. Forward steamroller to mixed circle. I have not learned the mixed circle's hard. It's weird. I like give up on a lot of tricks. It's like there's just some tricks I'm just not good at. You know, like lately I've been trying to learn like the double-footed tricks, and holy moly, dude, those things are hard. They don't say that on the how-tos, right? I'm just like, are the double-footed tricks really this hard, or is it just me? Like. Do you follow that other flatline rider that streams? Now, let me shout him out right now. You follow Empathy for Insects, right? He's been streaming a little bit more. The thing is like I'm always like doing something, so I feel bad because I don't watch too many streamers. I mean, I watch some streamers, but like I'm always just doing stuff. So. That guy right there. Empathy for Insects. He streams Magic the Gathering. But he knows a lot about Flatland. He's helped me out a lot. He does stream. He doesn't really stream like BMX right at the moment, but he does ride. Dude, that dude rides with like Terry Adams and stuff. Or he knows Terry Adams. Like he's like a part of that crew over there. Or I guess he lives kind of by him, you know. I don't know about. Yeah, good to see you, man. It's cool you're still there, dude. You know. I've been struggling. I feel like I'm on kind of a gnarly plateau at the moment. I guess that's what it always kind of feels like. But some days, like, definitely today, I just kind of felt like I almost went backwards. I was like, bro, I've been riding for this long. I feel like I should be doing more stuff. But I've cut down on social media, so I've been out of the loop. Have you learned some new tricks? I mean, at the moment, I guess it's like I've gotten like kind of like the backyard no-hander a lot more consistent. I guess there was kind of a new combo. I learned the turbine steamroller to switch hand steamroller to funky chicken. I learned that one. I landed that one the other day. It's like basically like where I'm at now is it's just me like kind of like just adding new tricks together, you know. It's not like I've been really learning new tricks, like new tricks, but so yeah, that's kind of where it feels like I'm at the moment. Yeah, these streams are gnarly, man, because it's like, I don't know, some days I'm like landing a bunch of stuff, but then some days, like today, it just felt like I was just terrible. I was like, holy moly, why am I even streaming? Well, I guess I know why I'm streaming, but like, I guess it's good though, because it does show like those days that like, you know, because not every day is just gnarly. Not every day is a gnarly day, though I wish every day was a gnarly day. Let me put on a different video. Let's see here. I do have this whole new setup kind of. It's kind of like a, you know, I've been like watching BMX videos while I'm streaming, you know, to hopefully get some more people into Flatland BMX. Because I'm going to be honest, like barely anybody really watches the Flatland part of my stream. It's like, it's actually kind of brutal. I'm like, I guess some people do, but like, there's not like a definitive scene for it, you know. This guy right here, Joel Schallhorn, I've been trying to learn a lot of this guy's tricks right here. This guy right here. He's a very underrated rider. He's been riding for a long time, dude. I kind of feel bad. I'm like, dude, this guy's doing so many hard combos, because I was like, man, maybe I should learn some of this guy's moves. And I'm like, nope. This stuff's like gnarly hard. This is going to be a camel hair cloak. This character's looking pretty gnarly though already. I'm kind of digging it. I hope, I'm already kind of prepared that some believers are going to be like, are you promoting violence? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a seed right here with a peace sign. Because I know like this, I just feel like if I draw, like, here's the thing, right? Sometimes I start triggering some believers. Like say instead of this staff I put a sword right here, bro, I would trigger a lot of believers. I mean, I don't know if I'm just triggering older believers or something, but yeah, so that's why I put this staff right here. I'm going to have this little peace sign right here. So I apologize anybody if I offend you. I'm trying to promote peace, but also we're supposed to adorn ourselves with the armor of God. I don't know how I make everybody happy. How do I make everybody happy? I don't know. You put on brakes, Jason? You run brakes, homie? Where your brakes at, homie? I honestly think you would learn tricks faster if you had brakes. Now global flat is down. It's no longer there, unfortunately. But there was this post on global flat that I remember reading saying, you know, if you're on brakes and stuff, you can learn a lot of tricks. A little bit, you know, because you can endo right away. You can kind of like get into them a little easier. Look at this guy. This guy is gnarly right here. This guy is weird. I just recently found him on YouTube. It's weird because you know how like how some riders are just good at certain tricks? Bro, this dude just started learning like death trucks. I'm like, what in the world? Like, I don't know, maybe that's just what he wanted to learn, but he was really good at that, what's it called? You know that trick where it's like the Miami or cherry picker. So this guy was really, really good at cherry pickers, right? And then it's crazy because then he started just learning rolling death trucks. And I'm like, holy moly, bro. Because like that ride out right there, that's actually the ride out of a cherry picker. And it's really crazy because I was like, wow, like it's so weird how like you'll learn a little fundamental trick and then that fundamental trick will actually go into many other tricks. Yeah, and so this guy, I could see this guy was really good at cherry pickers and he started learning rolling death trucks. Insane, dude. I think he calls it something else, but I'm pretty sure that's a rolling death truck right there. He calls it a cherry blossom, but I don't know. I've never heard anybody say it was a cherry blossom, I'm going to be honest. That was a straight death truck, homie. Yeah, shout out to that guy. That guy's cool. But yeah, I have like this playlist that I have of like all these flatland riders now. Dave Smith right here, one of my favorite riders. I've been trying to learn a lot of this guy's tricks, if you can't tell already. But how should I do the breastplate? Let's see here. How should I do the breastplate? That's how maybe I should do it. No, we'll just do it like that because it'll just show it more. And we'll just put a ridge on it. Oh, this video is all cropped weird. Let me recrop it. For some reason it keeps messing up my crop that I have. Janky. Okay, here we go. There we go. Dude, that combo that this guy just did right here is crazy. And those bikes are like super heavy. It's actually a hidden playlist. I don't have it actually, I don't have it, public. There's a lot of, I have like, dude, I have so many playlists, it's crazy. I probably have 200 playlists on my YouTube that are private. I would listen to the music, but the music's copyrighted, unfortunately. I'm going to be honest, I think there is something with the heavy bikes. Because, like, there's just something really, like, smooth about it. And that bike right there is, like, 40 pounds. If not 50 pounds right there. I bet. Okay, let's put... Yeah, that's how we do it. There's a little ridge right here. A little buckle. Yeah, I haven't really been meeting too many other flat riders lately, man. It's kind of brutal. Especially on Twitch, man. You're actually one of... I've only met like 3 or 4 flat riders on Twitch, and you're one of them, dude. I know, that's why this guy's all ripped, bro. Look at how ripped this dude is. It's straight up just a workout. It's just straight up just a workout, just riding flatland. I think this would have 2 buckles up here. I think there'd be a buckle up here as well. Let me put one up in here. I actually learned that trick. I've been getting more into that trick too. The whatchamacallit, crossfoot circle Ks. Dave Smith was really good at the crossfoot circle Ks. That's a front yard variation. That's like a front yard, I don't know what that was, into a regular foot circle K, into a side glide, into a elephant glide, into a swivel, fire hydrant to... What is that? A chair to a funky chicken to a fire hydrant to decade. Oh my goodness, that combo was crazy, bro. That dude just did like 30 tricks in one little combo. Like, that was way back in the day too. That's what trips me out, man. See, I do that trick right here. That's the stick bee that I always do. So Dave Smith was really good at the stick bee. Kind of funny. That's actually one of the reasons why I started learning that trick, the stick bee. That was crazy. That guy just did a bar flip into like an elephant scuff glide, into a gliding side glide, into an elephant glide again. Wow. Even just watching it again, I'm like, wow, dude, it's gnarly. Dude, into a hitchhiker? Bro, what is this guy on, dude? He actually works at a bike shop. Some people say he still rides, but he kind of like... He had like a kid, I'm pretty sure, and you know, a whole bunch of stuff. Had a kid, and... What video was this? This one's not one of my favorites. That's pedal. What is this one? I don't remember what this one was. Here's another Joel Schallhorn video. What was I doing? I need to get this hand down for sure. We need to figure out that hand. How would that hand be? I'm like confused. Let me see if I get a good video up on here. It's a good one. And this one? Oh, this is the 50-year-old guy. That guy's really gnarly. That's Wes McGrath. I used to ride with that guy. Here's another Dave Smith one. We watch this one a lot. This is one of my favorite video parts, though. Which, this one is not copyrighted. We can actually listen to the music on this one. Let me put the music up on this one. This one is actually not copyrighted. We can listen to this one. This is like this is actually one of the Flatland videos that actually got me learning Flatland, bro. I don't know if you're still in here, but this video right here, dude, got me into wanting to ride Flatland. Let me actually make this bigger. BMX Studio. Let's just make this bigger up in here. Yeah, with the bikes. I know, it's kind of funny. I'm gonna put a bike in this one too.
I was always riding like BMX bikes, jumping curbs and stuff. But I guess when I really started learning stuff is when that movie Rad came out. And then seeing like commercials and stuff with people doing tricks with bikes and stuff. Just got into it that way. And then my dad met Jeff Cotter and Ron McCoy and those guys riding at Lakewood Mullins and introduced me to them. And that's when I really started learning stuff. Hanging out with people that were better than I was. Been riding in Long Beach. But I'm not sure. I've been living in Long Beach too long, man. It's just wild. Just I've been living in that area for so long. Most of the time I ride by myself. I mean, Ed Nesbitt moved down by the house, so like I see him every now and again riding, you know. And then every now and again I might ride with Stefan Sarah or
So this video was actually in his he was actually a secret character, Matt Hoffman. And I didn't know that that's actually where this video is from.
I was kept to myself growing up, so I never really hung out with too many people. There's no particular reason why I ride, except for I like the fact
His
that I
hand's
like
hard.
it, you know? And that's pretty much it. Just liking to ride and like spending time alone.
Look at that. That was like, that's kind of like a mixed circle, right? What was that? I don't even know what you did right there. I think this was like I think it was like a knee mixed circle. Oh, oops. Accidentally pressed the wrong button. What was this? Yeah, dude, look at that. That was crazy. That was like a knee mixed circle or something. Yeah, wow, it's crazy. Look at his knees on his top tube right there. Interesting. I keep pressing the wrong button, my bad. It's hard to like clip it when it's like in a little thing like that. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. That was like a straight knee mixed circle. I've never it's so funny, I never really even paid attention to that. He literally had his knee on his frame right there. It's weird. Have a good one, Jason. Dude, thanks for stopping by, bro. I haven't seen you in a while, huh? I haven't talked to you in a while. I'm glad you're still there, bro. I'm glad you're still riding, bro. That's the crazy thing about Flatland. There's longevity in it, dude. You do it for a long time. Long, long, long time. We're gonna put a shield on this guy as well. And a buckler. Yeah, buddy. The other thing I'd do is I'd screen record videos and look at them slow-mo. That's so if I have a trick, I also try and film it in the same angle as them too. I don't know if you're still here, but like that is actually one thing I'll actually do. If there's a trick I really want to learn, I'll literally screen record it, slow-mo it down, watch it like 7,000 times, and also try and film it in the same angle they're filming it in so you can see the body position. The restroom out back. There's so many little dials we can do. It's interesting. Okay. Let's see what other videos. Let me put this a little bit lower now. That is cool. For some reason, I think they changed something on the YouTube thing. It's messing up the freaking thing. Oh, I gotta turn this down. This is probably copyrighted music. Push this over here. Okay. There we go. Put the music back on. What video is this? I don't remember. Alright, I'll be right back. I'll get this for sure. Okay, let's do the Brad Rigney technique, and we will be there. What are we doing? Yeah, I gotta do the Brad Rigney technique. We're gonna do the hands. Let's actually focus really hard on this part. This area is very, very, very hard. Couldn't even just have that hair like that. Oh, I forgot. That's why it's all messed up. I messed up the Well, good thing I didn't really fully go into it. I have to push the book out more. Dude, this part's super hard. This part's probably the hardest part of this entire drawing. I guess since there's a ridge right there, we should probably put a ridge on the element too, right? No, there's too much stuff right there. Leaf bag, leaf bag, leaf bag. I guess maybe we could have like a sword coming out of here. Let's maybe try that. Let's put a heart. Dude, that look, dude, I've never done a character like, that's so crazy, like, a character like this one. I've done elements, but this one definitely hits a little bit differently. I think we're gonna commit to that right there. Dude, sometimes when I draw these things, it just feels like you're like tripping out sometimes. You're like, what in the world? Like, you just see weird things, man. Weird things, man. You start seeing weird things. We're committing to this. Put a cross down here. It's not that hard to put a cross in things, honestly. It ain't that hard to do. If I could ask the Lord one thing, I'd be like, Lord, do you really want me to steward it like this? Because it's not that hard to put a cross in things, but it's kind of controversial, I guess. The Holy Relic. Got the camel hair cloak, got the helmet of salvation, got the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God. I'm going to draw a little buckler, the shepherd's staff from Psalms 23. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table in the presence before me, in the presence of my enemies, or something like that. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. We're committing to that shield. Let's commit to this stuff too. Put a cross right there. Put command to this shield. Welcome everybody to BMX Bible Adventures, where this is the RPG game where we can glorify the Lord somehow, hopefully, and make disciples of all nations. We can love our enemies, even though it seems very controversial. I'm gonna be honest. So I asked the Lord the other thing. Those verses trip me out too. Just loving our enemies. I guess I could ask. I mean, that's the question. It's like, when do we always have to love our enemies? Like it's like weird. I've heard people mention that, but like it's a very taboo topic. It's like people don't want to, like, you know. I feel like they don't want to be like, yeah, there's probably some times where we probably shouldn't, but then nobody actually wants to say that, and it's just weird. I don't know, but I guess it's up to the Lord for you to decide, right? Very little camel hair cloak. Bro, this guy's crazy. What's he doing? Man, dude, how do they just like... Man, dude, that guy must have been running for a while, man. I can just tell now. If someone's doing something like that, you're just like, holy shit. That guy's been freaking riding for like at least 5 years. That guy's probably been riding for like 8 years already. Holy moly, he just did a Switzerland squeaker. Wow, I've never seen anybody do a, that was a Switzerland, Carl Cruiser squeaker. Wow, that's really interesting. I've never seen anybody do that. Switzerland Carl Cruiser squeaker. I didn't even know you could do that. We got some... Lo and behold, people won't really realize that this guy is supposed to be like... He's like a homeless... He's like a homeless armor of God knight. I guess that's another thing that's kind of weird about the Bible. It's like there's so many mentions of like... people living out in the wilderness, and you know, even Jesus was said to be homeless, and it's just almost like, can homeless people almost be seen as paradoxically role models? I don't know, man. That's such a weird thing to think about, right? I don't know, man. That's a weird one. Because I feel like in most people you would say it's the exact opposite of what our modern society deems as what we should be doing in life, right? That's why pastors don't really talk about that, because it's kind of probably controversial. They go, well, Jesus was homeless. Maybe some of the disciples were homeless, but we, you know, I don't know. It's a weird one. It's a strange one to think about, actually. I guess if anything, I think maybe it was there to strengthen the believers up. So hopefully, even if and actually that might have actually been, now I think a little deeper on it, that, because it's actually very, very interesting to me that Christianity survived the fall of Rome. Now, maybe the Lord Jesus Christ foreknew all this was going to happen, and so he kind of maybe wanted some of the believers to be prepared to live in the wilderness. Be like, Rome might fall, you might actually have to live out in the wilderness or something. Like, don't, like, I'm wondering maybe if he strengthened some believers up because that might happen. I guess that did happen. Rome did fall, actually. And we need to clean up a lot of this dirty up in here. Yeah, I'm kind of digging this character though. This character is pretty gnarly. I was like, man, this thing's gonna be cringy, but now as I kind of peer into it, it's kind of tripping me out. I feel like this is a very interesting one because it's almost like at first glance you'd be like, oh, that's just a knight. Not thinking that, this guy's probably been living out in the wilderness. This guy's more than just your average knight. This guy can live out in the wilderness. You don't even need a house. He'll just live anywhere. That's scary. That's straight up. That's a whole nother level of scariness. Like, when you're just able just to live anywhere. Like, I actually remember there's actually this WoW item, and it says, Gloves of the Vagrant or something like that. And it says, the biggest house is actually the house of the homeless because they can live anywhere or something like that. It was so hilarious. I forgot exactly what the quote was, but something like that. The biggest house of all is the house of the homeless because they can live anywhere. Just mass blocking that in. Doesn't even look correct. Oops. Ah, fudge. Until I messed that up. I don't know what I was doing. Took the wrong line right there. He's like, the stuff. Man, you know what would be kind of strange? It'd be kind of strange. Imagine if we could just observe everybody just live in the wilderness, you know? Man, that'd be strange. Just like, how would we act and how would we respond? Because basically everybody you see now, imagine them just homeless. Like, what would we be like? That'd be weird. There is a strange homeless Christian scene. That is the weird part. It's out there, right as I speak. They're out there. I've seen them, I've talked to them. I really wonder what pastors think about the Christian homeless scene of today. It's definitely a trippy one. Oh, there's kind of like a tangent in here, huh? There's a bit of a tangent. We got the shields, we got all these things. Look at all these doodads. Big old peace sign right there. That's funny. Holy chabango. Holy little brown squirrel. Alright, let's work on this foot over here. We're gonna put a little bit of like plate armor on here, and then I could put another peace sign up there. Yeah, he's gonna have like some shin pads. Scanian Paladin. I don't know if this guy really is a paladin. I guess maybe he is. This is kind of like a weird character. He's a bit of a paladin, he's a bit of a shepherd, he's a bit of... I don't know what class this would actually be. It's like, I guess like it would maybe be like shepherd paladin, like nature shepherd paladin. But very Paladin-esque. The helmet's very Paladin-esque. He is wearing the breastplate, but then he has the camel hair cloak on top of it. Supposed to be for peace. I'm going to put peace sign right here. And choose for your feet the gospel of peace. I know this guy looks really gnarly, but I'd like to consider that this guy is for peace. Paladin of Light's healer. Yeah, he is a healer, for sure. My favorite part is actually this part. I mean, I have done like one. This might be like the second or third time. Maybe I have done it a bit, but I like how like this part right here is very like... I kind of like hid the armor of God with this one, right? Because I was thinking about helmet of salvation, breastplate of righteousness, belt of truth, boots of the gospel of peace, or shoes for the gospel, or sandals for the gospel of peace, sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, the shield of faith by which we can extinguish all the flaming darts of the evil one, and then, like Psalms 23, where David says, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. It's actually funny. Those are actually 2 items. I don't know if I could add that one, because it is supposed to be like a club thing. The rod. Which I actually think that verse of Psalms 23 might have been kind of the influence why we see some RPG classes, and you know how like the cleric and the paladin, they have like mace items, like the mace weapon, because if you read, I think it's the Got Questions commentary on Psalms 23 about the rod and the staff, there's this part in the commentary that said like shepherds used to put a metal club thing at the end of the rod to protect the sheep. Maybe that's some deeper lore of the why paladins use that item. Clerics as well. One, two, three, four. That one's like right on the edge. I should actually push this character up just a hair. These are fun though. This one was weird. This one actually like really came together. Some of them I really have to start, like the homeless, but I guess this is like an armor of God one, so these ones are always easier. Not always easy, but definitely easier than the homeless people. The homeless people ones are just brutally, those ones are weird to draw. Okie dokie. Let's work on this foot now. Let's put the shin pad thing. Put a thing right here. That's weird. Something happened with your message. Dr. Felton video? Really? I have been using it for a while now. I don't know how else I could promote peace, really. In terms of a symbol, without like writing the word. Okay, let's put a big old toe right here. I will have to look it up though, huh? I thought it meant something about the nukes. Something about like something about like taking a stand, not nuking other countries or something like that. I might be wrong on it. I didn't really look too deep into it. So it's not really working out very good, but I will try it. I guess it's the common peace sign. I wonder why people started using that one, huh? Wasn't it about the nukes? I thought that's what I read up, but I might be wrong. Okay, let's work on this sword a little bit. It's gonna go into this a little bit more confidently. So one of the reasons why I started putting this sign in here is because I would have believers saying I was promoting violence. And so I was like, all right, I'm gonna, and I understand why. It's because, you know, it's like the boots of the gospel of peace and sowing peace and stuff like that. And 58, Holtum used it as the anti-nuke symbol. Huh, interesting. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought it was, huh? We have a little heart on this sword, too. I know I upset some believers. It's so weird that I would upset believers. Because I understand we're supposed to love our enemies. It's just hard to, like, draw a sword. It's, like, very... I know it's kind of controversial. Like, it's hard to draw a sword, but also we're called to love our enemies and stuff, you know? That's why I put a little heart right there. Across right there. My little doodad right there. Somehow it's supposed to love our enemies, right? I honestly think that was the hardest part of Jesus' word. I guess that's not the hardest part. No, it was definitely a hard one for me. You know, loving our enemies. Even, like, it's crazy because I never knew how deep that goes into, right? There's been, like, philosophers, like, other people of other religions. But those words that Jesus said, man, even today I feel like it's controversial. It shouldn't be controversial, but, like, you know, it's but it has really, I never knew how deep people get into that, you know, about loving our enemies and stuff like that. Okay, we're gonna put some chainmail. This guy is wearing like chainmail right here underneath the plate mail. Now, I will be honest, there is some controversy within, like, the Teutonic Knight, because this is, you know, I'm, like, drawing a knight and stuff like that, right? And actually, I'm gonna be honest, these winged helmets, the Teutonic Knights actually did, you know, they did put, like, these crests on their helmets and stuff. And not only the Teutonic Knights, there was other knights that did it as well, and in different centuries and stuff like that. I think the Hoplites, the Greek Hoplites, I think they did more of the Mohawk thing. I think it was the Teutonic Knights that started putting the wings and stuff on their helmet. But, you know, there's a lot of controversy with, like, you know, the Crusades and the Hospitallers and the Knights Templar. But the thing is from my understanding of it all, was that people would travel to the Holy Lands, right? They would take these long missions trips to go to the Holy Lands, right? But then there was a certain religion, I won't bring it up on stream, but there was certain different religions, or actually it was one, I think, maybe multiple, but some of their texts were like, kill everybody that isn't a believer or something like that. And then so what would happen is that there would be these people going to the Holy Land, and then they would get ransacked, right? The people would just go and just kill them all, you know? And so then what happened is, I'm pretty sure, like, there was this night order that started happening to protect the travelers to the Holy Lands, and that, I think, became the Knights Templar. But also, the one that I was kind of interested in, which I'm a little bit more influenced on, is like the Teutonic Knights and the Knights Hospitallers, because the Knight Hospitallers, they were like medics or something like that, and then they became like they were kind of more like just protectors instead of like full on just crusaders. But there's a lot of controversy and all that, and I don't even know if I am Catholic or not. It's just I have a lot of friends that are Catholic, so I'll say that. I have a lot of friends that are. I don't know what denomination I am at the moment, but I just want to lay that out there as well. I don't know what denomination I am. I just like reading the Bible. A lot of interesting lore, though. Peace sign. We're going to put a bike right here. BA and MA in history, PhD in... Holy chabunga. That's gnarly. What do you think about, like, what do you think about the Crusades? I know it's maybe we shouldn't talk about it, but it's kind of a controversial thing, you know. I'm going to be honest. You know what some Catholics have told me? I'm going to be honest with you. Some of them have told me that if it wasn't, honestly, certain religions would actually be if that stuff never happened, certain religions would have taken over a long time ago. But that's just take that with a giant grain of salt. I don't know if that's actually true. But that's what some people have said to me. Because I have read certain texts, and there are some, like, things that are kind of sketchy. Just like, kill all the unbelievers or something like that. You know, it's like whoa, that's really, really gnarly, right? Definitely not. And that's actually another different one about, you know, loving your enemies and stuff like that. Yeah. I feel like I have to word this very carefully, because I feel like I actually would get in trouble on Twitch if I started talking about certain things. So I need to be careful of how I say certain things. So. And I apologize if I offend anybody. Everybody deserves love. I'll just know that, but. Now, do you know any like Paladin lore, right? Speaking of Paladins, right? I don't know if you know this, but there's actually you know, the guy that made Dungeons and Dragons? His name was Gary Gygax. What's interesting, if you look up Gary Gygax Christian, he was actually a believer. Now, he was a part of, I think, the Jehovah's Witness, but he actually left the Jehovah's Witness. Because I know a lot of people there. I know there's a bunch of controversy with the Jehovah's Witness, right? You know, they don't celebrate birthdays. They don't even celebrate Christmas and stuff like that, right? But it was crazy because that dude was actually a believer. And I think because of what Gary Gygax did, he was the one that kind of put paladins in the early games of Dungeons and Dragons. And it's kind of crazy that it's become an archetype even nowadays in a lot of games. As people can be stupid, especially our own. Yeah. That's a big one. I always think about too is like what Jesus said on the cross, like, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. You know, it's like you can lead a donkey to water, right? But you cannot make it drink sometimes, right? And sometimes we have to have the grace and understanding to know that, you know, sometimes they just do not understand, even if you have to tell them over and over and over again. Sometimes we have to learn the hard way, which I actually think that goes into the wilderness seasons. You know, maybe sometimes God puts us in the wilderness seasons because maybe we just don't listen, you know? We're just too distracted. He took them from Frankish history and myth and, of course, the military. Yeah, that's interesting. Because I know, like, that first game, it's actually, I'll show you. There's this game. I've never played it, but I watched, if you watch, like, this old dungeon, like, there's, like, this old 70s or 80s or 90s Dungeons and Dragons documentary. But this was actually, Chainmail RPG was the first game that, this was the first game that Gary Gygax came out with, right? It was this one. But it's kind of interesting because in the little image thing, you know, it's like, it kind of shows like this guy, you know, it's kind of gnarly actually. And I just found it really weird. Chainmail RPG. I've never played it, but you have it. Holy moly. Wow. No, I'm going to be honest. I've never really, I don't even really play too many games, honestly, but I honestly feel like this is my game right now. I just get to draw characters and stuff. Now we're going to draw a bike on here. By the way, this is how we started it off. This is the little thumbnail. This is the very little thumbnail. We blew it up. Isn't that crazy? Now, I honestly do, the only reason I'm starting to do some of these thumbnails is it's good to measure out some of these proportions, you know, because if I were to do it, sometimes it's actually nice to, you know, make sure that it'll fit in here all the way. So that's why I've been doing these thumbnails again. But now we're going to add a bike in here. So I like to do the bike. I don't know if you guys can see that guy. Let's see, Jeff Perrin wrote the original. Gygax joined him and added the fantasy, the very good and fun jousting matrix. Interesting, huh? It's pretty crazy to think how much that influenced even games nowadays, right? Because, like, I feel like every RPG game, you know, it always has, like, a little bit of something. Even if people don't want to say it's been inspired by Dungeons and Dragons, there's always been a little hint of it. I feel like I can tell. And then so be it's hilarious because I meet so many believers that play paladins, right? Even little kids. I mean, it's crazy, right? And it's that element of choice. It's I actually find it very interesting, the choices that believers make if given the options, right? Perrin was and is a hardcore historical gamer. Huh. Oh. I need to loosen my armor right now. I'm still wearing it. Okay. I need to hurry up on this. We're actually making good time, though. I'm about an hour late, but... Do you find it weird that a lot of believers play paladins? It's actually strange because you can even see it on Twitch as well. I found that just so weird. I honestly thought it was a weird, ironic coincidence that started happening in my life. But yeah, it was actually a very, very interesting one. So here's the thing, right? So when I was actually younger, my friend down the street, I actually was not always a believer, right? I wasn't always a believer, right? I grew up in church and stuff like that, but I never, like, fully believed, you know? But it was weird because my friend down the street, he always played paladins, every single game. I was like, huh. And then it was weird because then when I went away and went to different states, I would meet other believers, and they're like, oh yeah, I play a paladin. I'm like, wait a minute. You play a paladin too? I mean, it makes sense, right? Because I think given the choice if you're a believer and you have like 10 classes, you know, or even if you had 2 classes, imagine if you asked a believer, are you going to play a paladin or are you going to play like a demon or something like that, right? I think most people would probably pick the paladin if you're a believer. The armor types are mail and plate. The erroneous terms chainmail and plate mail come from the fantasy gaming. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to draw this bike. How I do it is I take the proportion of the shin bone right here. And if normally we see a bike, it's roughly about their shin bone height. Right there. We're using this pencil because we can erase it. We're going to split this. And so a BMX bike is roughly 3 wheels big, but not exactly. It's not exactly 3 wheels big. It's a little less depending on the type of bike. So what I generally do is I'll do like this size, the sizing of the shin bone, and then we kind of just roughly just go 2, and then it's a little less than 2. It's like right there. Not fully. So if you guys are wanting to draw BMX bikes, that's how I do it. But like that. And then what I do is I make it a rectangle like this. And then we split this one in half. And then we know that that's somewhere in the middle of that wheel. And then roughly I always build the forks up. Generally if I could build this up, it makes everything else way easier to draw. We're gonna make maybe a flatland bike. Plate and mail are what you have. I guess it's kind of a mixture of everything, right? Because we have plate, we have mail underneath. I guess this is kind of like a robe, camel hair, almost tabard-esque. Got sandals. Put some gnarly flatland bars on here. That is how we draw a bike, everybody. Yeah, a cleric. Yeah, it could be kind of like cleric-esque, huh? Have you ever played WoW? I played a lot of WoW, by the way. We're listening to the WoW soundtrack right now, right? I've gotten to the point where I just listen to game music and I just kind of feel like I'm just playing a game while I'm drawing. This is basically the video game that I'm playing. Like the time frame right now that I'm under. This is our video game. I was going to put like a sheep right here. First edition D&D and A&D let clerics use plate and mail. Interesting. Huh. Okay, what am I? Oh yeah, we're gonna build this up now. Start with the wheel. Now the tire is actually the hardest part, I think, so. Oops, I kind of messed that up already, fudge. I'm gonna just do that, something like that. Put the fork in here, the head tube. Kind of frame. I guess we'll just do a normal frame. We're gonna put our seat tube right here. I like drawing the bikes. It's kind of fun. That's actually not kind of fun. It is actually very, very fun for me. Yes, vanilla through January after lunch. The game was at its best, Burning Crusade. Yeah, I played vanilla right when it came out. I was like a little kid, it was crazy. Now, I do find it interesting that they made the priest class in WoW, because it's like it's actually kind of funny, because that's like the first time. Isn't that weird that that's the first time I heard that word? I guess maybe not the first time, but the first time I was like, huh, priest? What is that? And then it was kind of funny, like rereading the Bible, and you know, like there's that like part about Melchizedek or something like that, Melchizedek, something about like the priest or something, the high order priest or something. I was like, that's weird. They're using the same word. I'm gonna put some normal geometry, normal stem. I guess we will just do normal geometry. That's how we draw a bike. I had a Paladin that was uncritical and uncountable, while still in the blues, uncrushable. Yeah, in the beginning I actually made a rogue. In the beginning I made a Night Elf rogue. I wanted to play the priest, because I remember I would like frequent the beta forums when WoW just came out, or like before actually WoW came out, and everybody was like saying like priest is the best class, and so I tried a priest when I was a little kid, but it was just too hard. So then I just started playing a rogue, because like I wanted to try the druid as well, but the druid was too hard for me too. So, when I was a little kid anyway. Okay, let's clean this up. And so now what we do is see how we drew it all in. I work in a layer system, so now you can take that pencil layer out, and then we'll redo the pencil layer on top to clean it up. You know what, I actually haven't drawn a bike with just front brakes. I think we're just gonna put just front brakes on this one. Kind of funny. Other paladins would die left and right on world bosses while mine could survive as a tank and party heal. Yeah, paladins always seemed like kind of overpowered, huh? Like just in the whole concept of just every RPG game, you know? It's like straight up you're wearing mail, you're wearing plate armor, you're getting to heal. You get to put auras on people. I guess in D&D you could cure diseases. I think, something like that. And you get a mount. That's like, holy moly, dude. This guy's just gonna have front brakes. It's gonna be funny. Actually, maybe not. Maybe it'll just be just brakeless. Yeah, it'll just be brakeless. I haven't drawn like just a brakeless guy in a while. Oop, man, this thing moved on me. There we go. I was hated by so many other paladins, it was all down to technical reading comprehension. I basically just PvP'd a lot. I was really into the rating, but the rating was like, it was like strict, man. I was like, they're like, you gotta play at this time. I'm like, bro, I can't be playing that time. I'm just gonna not get kicked out of the guilds and stuff. So I got into like PvPing and stuff. You know you could play WoW as a pacifist too. It's actually one of the rare few games where you can actually play that game as a pacifist. Maybe not classic, but you can play retail. It's kind of boring, but it is doable. Oh, that fork's a little skinny right there. Shout out to this eraser right here. This is the Tombow Mono Zero little eraser. This thing has sped up my process because see, if I would have erased it with this one, I would have had to draw both of those lines. But this one, I don't have to do that. Yes, one of the first people to do it was a holy priest. Oh, crazy! Wow. Yeah, on my YouTube, I have a link to my YouTube. I have a bunch of videos. I just spam that. You don't have to follow me or anything. But the thing is, I actually have some of my old videos where I was like playing the pacifist runs and stuff. It is a challenge. I'm gonna be honest. It's just a full-on test of your endurance. Because it's so boring, you know? It's almost like, you know, I started like proclaiming the word. I almost got banned from WoW because I was proclaiming the word of God, like in the street or like in the cities and stuff. The thing is it's actually not a bannable offense, but the thing is that if like 30, 40 people spam you saying that you said something wrong, there's like an Autobot that happens on WoW, and they'll like, you know, you get a little ticket thing. Yeah, they killed nothing. Yeah, it's gnarly. It's crazy because you can actually do it in WoW. You just have to go around and you have to basically explore until you get to level 5, and then from level 5 you have to go and make a little bit of copper by selling everything in your inventory basically until you're naked. And then you have to go and buy, or actually no, because I think it's 10 copper to get the herbalism. You get the herbalism, and then you herb a little bit for experience, and then you sell the herbs. Then you get into mining, and then basically you mine and you herb, and that's how you level up. But what made it fun is because I was always like I was on Moonguard, like the RP server. And it was kind of cool because, like, you know, you can kind of, like, share. I had, like, macros I would just like be so bored. I'm like, how do you have fun not killing anything? It's ridiculous, right? And so I started having fun by making these macros, like trying to give God glory. Like I was like, it's kind of funny. I have it all on these old YouTube videos. It's hilarious, but just trying to make macros with the word of God and stuff. Herb and mine. Now there was this panda, the Pandorian, he did it like all crazy. I think he leveled, there was one guy that leveled, I think, without killing anything, without joining Alliance or Horde. And it took him like a bunch of years or months or something like that. I think he streamed it all too. Some people are crazy. It's crazy because WoW is still like, it's it's really interesting to me to see the games that just survive, survive just the exiles of all the other games, Like all these other games, bro, have tried to make their mark. They tried and then they just didn't survive, But WoW's one of those games that actually has survived throughout the test of time so far. Let's see how far it goes, but from the looks of it, it kind of feels like it's never gonna, it's like just, so many people like it. I think right now, the thing that WoW has now is so many people have invested so much time into WoW that it's almost like, they've almost kind of like created some sort of like nostalgia, like they're almost like riding the nostalgia wave. In Lich King, we do the world endgame raid with 20 people to completion in 6 hours. Everyone took full 25 and could not do it under 8 hours. We did not use any... Wow, crazy. Hey, do you follow Susie live? It's kind of crazy. That's the other thing. Man, maybe I should start playing WoW again because, like, I kind of noticed some of, like, the big Christian streamers. They play WoW, like Susie live. He plays WoW. I think he's like a pastor now too. He's a pastor for the there's like this game church thing on Twitch. Very interesting. Now I could play WoW right now. I just have to get the Ethernet cable. The only reason why I'm not playing WoW right now is because once I start playing WoW, I kind of don't draw as much. And I just feel like drawing right now is like kind of a little bit more fruitful for me. I'm not saying playing video games is bad or anything. It's just in the season I'm in. Just drawing's a little bit more fruitful at the moment. Got some skinny bars up in here. Maybe I should have made those grips a little thicker. I actually do need to make them a little thicker. I stopped in January after Lich King dropped several years ago. I lost my account in one of the huge hacks. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, man. If you have screenshots and stuff of your old characters and stuff, I think Blizzard would help you try and get your account back, maybe. I don't know that for sure, but... Yeah, I was super obsessed with WoW. Okay, let me get this down here. My bad, everybody, about my welds. My welds are a little janky. Right there, gusset. I like drawing bikes, it's fun. Man, these tubes are actually really, for some reason I'm drawing this bike super skinny. Oh well. Here's a titanium bike. This is the worst on Gulf song. I will say the soundtrack to WoW is amazing. Like they had a straight just orchestra, like hundreds of people working on the music. I'm actually gonna put the pedal. I'm gonna put the crank right there so we can see it a little bit. Right there. It was fun at the time. No screenshots, but I was known, loved, and hated on the server. I PvP'd like a madman. And would literally run away because my rep paladin could kill everyone and not die. Now there is actually, I guess I could show you maybe. There's this old, there used to be this old, like I saw it in an old game manual. Let me see if I can find it. Warcraft 2 Archer concept art. There was one, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. There was one with a cross on it. Oh yeah, here it is. Check it out. There was this old art, I think it even might be Warcraft 1 when it came out. I'm pretty sure this was from Sam Wise. But when I find something with a cross on it, I'm like, huh, that's strange. Because like that's definitively the only cross I've seen in like a concept artist put. Wow. Actually, no. There's actually a cross little, you know, like the little emote emblem, like spell looking things. There is one in WoW with a cross on it. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh yeah, so this is from Warcraft 1, which is kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy that the concept artist would put a cross on it. Oh wow, like just didn't focus. Don't think they would get away with doing it nowadays like that, huh? They'd be like, we can't put a cross on, that's too controversial. That's a weird pedal, oh well. We're gonna have to go with it. Well, you can just drive like in there. back. I gotta use the restroom. Holy moly, that dude just did a cliffhanger bar, half bar spin. Let's watch that again. That was insane. Let's shout out the only company that's ever hooked it up. I guess Golden Days hooked it up as well, but this right here, this is crazy. Holy moly, I guess that's a seat grab cliffhanger half bar. What the? We're gonna draw some sheep back here now. Sheep in a while. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it fit in there. Sheep, sheep. I feel like it's like too close. I guess we will draw the sheep in there. I haven't drawn a sheep in a while. Or maybe I have. I don't know. I don't remember. Huh. Let me put a bunch of sheep up in here. Put another one right here. No, maybe I'll just put one. I do kind of want to put more. Okay, let's draw this sheep. Sheep, sheep, sheep. forgot I put this in my playlist. I haven't even watched this. Should we do more sheep in the back? I think we are.
You might want to take the stem and cross off the top of the helmet. It looks crooked and unnecessary. It also catch a sword blow.
Yeah, that's a good one, huh? We could try. It is actually crooked now I think about it. Maybe we'll put a little halo. Maybe a little halo. So I did want to try like a little halo. I tried to do a big halo, but it didn't really work. Womp, 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 womp. Probably made it worse. Let's see. Let's draw the happy sheep. Actually, I needed to clean that up. Oh well. I'm on time crunch mode now. Yeah, remove the. Let's try it out. Let's see what it looked like. Luckily, I didn't like fully commit to it. That is a part that I didn't commit to. Actually, it does look better, honestly, because then I could like make it look like that's kind of like where the light source is coming from. That was a good one. Sometimes I stare at these things so long I don't even know what I'm doing. Kind of like, Luckily, I did not do it with the green pencil. That was actually one little area you found that I actually did not hit with the green pencil. I wasn't fully committed to it. That'd be cool to have sheep, huh? It was a lot of work. A lot of work for these little sheep. You gotta bring them to the water. You gotta feed them. I guess you don't have to feed them. I guess you just gotta send them to the green grass, huh? What is this? That's crazy. I don't know if I'm gonna do the background really. Let me put some grass up in here. We gotta find the green grass, everybody, so we can feast. Let's put it across real quick. seed right here with the peace sign.
You have to keep them moving from place to place. If not, they will eat all they can and stand in the barren land and die of starvation.
Have you ever tried a shepherd sling? Or a Balearic sling, as some people call them? Very, very hard. I actually need to start doing it again. I have one. I would actually do it on stream, but it's like so hard that I kind of just like, it's kind of disheartening how hard it is to get good at. Like it kind of feels like you just don't progress.
You have made them and used them. Tremendous fun.
Yeah, those things are hard to get good at. I guess I will put a bunch of sheep right here. I mean, we are called to be sheep. The sheep from the goats. I think I might put a little fishing thing right here. A little fishing line.
Kind of like Fishers of Men.
The one that we did last time.
Fishers of Men.
Darn, that one kind of like doesn't actually looks like it'd probably be swaying out well. Actually, I don't know if I like that. That looks kind of janky. Because it looks like he like just lifted it up and it'd probably be moving, so I'm not going to do that actually. But maybe he does have one in there, I guess. It just won't be on this drawing. But he does actually have that attachment on the staff. We will put a bunch of little sheep up in here, though. I try to. I've done it a couple times on a couple drawings. It's gonna be actually kind of hard to do, but we'll just put another little head up in here. Make it really abstract. Head over here. Circles. You watch any other Christian streamers? It's crazy. It seems like every time I go on the Christian tag, there's just more and more Christian streamers starting to stream, which is really cool. I wish more people would start streaming. Listen to Baron's music. Then what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to make these little fluff balls and just put little, just like almost like little, you could barely even tell what it is. Like, what is that?
I kind of don't like that, oh well. Consumed by him, he is how... Oh, okay, he's how I found you.
Oh, interesting. Awesome. Yeah, it's cool like seeing all the varieties of like different types of streamers and stuff right now. Hopefully we all have a part in the body of Christ, right? I forgot, I'm gonna put the verse right up in here. I don't know what verse we're gonna put in here. We might have to do a little verse. I kind of want to do the Psalms verse. Where's my Bible at? I don't know if I could put that verse in there. Psalms 23. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you're with me, your rod and your staff, they comfort me. It's a very famous verse. Let's read this one. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. This part always hits me. I forget about that every single day, basically, because I always want... I feel like, how do you not want anything, right? But I remember doing a Bible study on this one. It's like truly trusting in the Lord, right? He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. I guess I kind of didn't want to like draw it as the Lord per se, right? So that's why I'm not going to write those ones down. Because I know some people get a little tripped out. I have had some believers say, well, you shouldn't be drawing like the Lord or something. This is just some random character guy, right? Because I feel like that's kind of like... But I don't know, some people don't care, right? But I know some people like get like very like iffy, being like, are you drawing, like, is that supposed to be like Jesus or something like that, right? I don't want to like make it controversial. We could do a lot. We could even do the Armor of God one. But also, I kind of feel like the Armor of God one would be kind of trippy because this guy has like the staff. But this guy is kind of wearing the Armor of God too, so... Yeah, we're gonna write number 4. Rod and their staff, they comfort me. Which I guess this guy doesn't really have the rod. Maybe it would be behind him or something. It's supposed to be like a club stick thing. Club stick thing. Hopefully, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to write it all in there. I'm going to have to write it really, really little. I guess today we did a Bible study on fortitude. Maybe I could do that. Now, it is kind of weird that David was a shepherd, but he's also giving acknowledgement to the Lord as his shepherd. I feel like there's something to learn in that, right? I mean, I guess that's why David was a good shepherd, because David learned from the shepherd of all shepherds, right? Look up the...
Ermine Street Guard Living History Group in the UK. What's that?
We'll type it in on the list. I'll look it up right now. Ermine Street Guard. Man, there's a whole bunch of stuff oh, wow, interesting. I think I might have seen some of the videos that they made videos on YouTube. Interesting. I need to start drawing more Roman armor. I was a little inspired because I know like they wear the sandals. Or I forgot what they're called, but do you follow Told in Stone? I feel like you would really like Told in Stone. He's like a let me show you. Told in Stone, this guy right here. I do follow this guy. He's a really big YouTuber. I'm pretty sure you might have heard about him. But I really like how he goes about and describes his, oh wow, he actually made a new video. I didn't even watch that one. I like how he like sets up, like, he knows so much about Roman history. And I like how he kind of like goes into like some parts of Roman history that are a little bit more obscure or maybe a little less talked about. He kind of asks, people ask him questions about certain things, and he has just so much Roman. I think he literally lives in Rome, and he like studies it and stuff like that.
There you see 1st century Imperial Romans, huh?
What do you think about Constantine? Constantine's pretty interesting, right? He's very... I will say this is a very interesting thing to think about. I have heard some other believers say, what would Christianity look like if Constantine never won the Civil War? Because from what I remember, right, there was a civil war that happened in Rome, right, the Roman Empire, and there were like 2 emperors or something. Or no, I think it was like an emperor and then Constantine, right? He was a military leader. And because Constantine saw a sign in the sky, right, of the cross, he converted to Christianity, right? That is really, really weird, huh, to think about.
Yes, had to correct him on a few things regarding Roman history, really.
Seems like a smart guy, right? But I guess that's the other thing, is sometimes people can sound really smart and I don't really know if they're making a mistake or not, right? Okay, we're going to write this verse in here. Hopefully we can write it all in there. I think we should be able to. Let me actually zoom this in. For some reason I write at an angle.
Constantine versus Maxentius at the Battle of Milvian Bridge.
Yeah, isn't that interesting, huh? It's crazy that Constantine, you know, here, actually, let's bring this out a little bit. You know, actually, because I don't know if you listened, I did a Bible study. I did the drawing of, like, the homeless guy. Because it's been kind of weird thinking about how so many of the prophets and apostles and even the Lord Jesus Christ himself was, you know, some say homeless. You know, foxes have holes, but the Son of Man has no place to lay his head. Now, what's very interesting is just the whole aspect of even thinking about, like, you know, John the Baptist, which I was kind of inspired by John the Baptist with this camel hair cloak. John the Baptist was known to live out in the wilderness. Now, I always think, well, why did Jesus and the apostles why were some of them just homeless, right? Why were some of them vagrants? It almost seems like it's so paradoxical from what we learn today. Like, today we learn we need to have these. You don't want to be, it's frowned upon being homeless nowadays, right? Nobody wants to be homeless nowadays, right? Now, I had this epiphany, I guess I wouldn't say an epiphany, but I had a thought today. What's very, very interesting is that Christianity survived the fall of Rome, right? And it's interesting thinking that Christianity survived the fall of Rome because it's interesting because Christianity merges, it grows about anywhere, right? To make disciples of all nations, right? And man, it's very interesting, and it's almost like I wonder if the Lord Jesus Christ, like foreknew that Rome was going to fall, and maybe there would be some harsh times where you probably have to maybe be homeless. Maybe you have to learn how to survive out in the wilderness, and maybe that made some of the believers stronger. It made them more resilient, right? Because, you know, kind of oddly enough, a lot of the Romans that were kind of a part of that culture, they couldn't survive without, you know, running water, without their aqueducts and stuff like that. The Hoc Signo Vincus, in this sign conquer, they were not homeless or vagrant. Read the Gospels again. I guess not all of them, right? But I guess some pastors have said that. I guess I wouldn't say vagrant or homeless, you know, because I feel like they did kind of traverse, right? Kind of like going into a town, and if they don't accept you, just dust what does it say? Dust your feet or something? Shake the dust off your feet. Yeah, write this verse. Even though... I spell it right. I walk through. Oh, I got... The commercial got me. Those pastors were incorrect. Well, some of them did live out in the wilderness, right? Like Elijah, John the Baptist. Through the valley of the shadow of death. Shadow of... They are drawing erroneous conclusions from scriptures taken out of context. You mentioned the disciples at us. Oh, that is... Okay, yeah. Shadow of death. Have you watched The Chosen? Have you heard about The Chosen? I'm pretty sure you have, right? I'm gonna be honest, I've only watched like 4 episodes. But I'm wondering what you think about like the controversy with The Chosen. Will fear no evil. Comma. For you are with me. With me. Your rod and I kind of messed that up. I should probably redo that. was not taken by the hype. Yeah, I've only seen like 4 episodes, but someone brought it to my attention again the other day, just because of like the funding of it or something. Because like multiple denominations funded The Chosen, which I didn't really know about. And the thing is some of these denominations don't like each other, or like they kind of are butting, let's just say butting heads with one another, right? And it's brought a whole bunch of controversies now, which is very interesting, I think. But then it's interesting to think, why couldn't just one denomination fund it all, right? And staff, they come from me. And your staff. Comfort. Wow, I actually was able to write this entire verse in here.
They'll love the scene with Mary Magdalene. Yes, I heard someone say that even the Mormons. Yeah,
even that's the whole bigger controversy of it all, right? Is I guess they actually funded a lot of it, so, which is kind of gnarly to think about, right? I honestly think it was, if it was every single denomination besides Mormonism, I think it actually wouldn't have been that controversial, right? But that was the one that really made things odd, I guess. But I feel like they would have known that already, right? Like, I'm wondering, like, did the Mormons just put in a lot of money for this? Or, like, you know, because they could have been like, you know, we'll just turn down that offer. But Psalms 23:4. That's what I write down there.
I haven't heard this song forever. I guess maybe I did, but it's a cool song. That is a good song right here. They have several movie sets that look like the first century Jerusalem and Judea. Huh, interesting.
So put my signature right down there. I'm gonna call it a day. I like to do these drawings all in one sitting, by the way. I actually have trouble drawing like on multiple days because I get like bored. I'm like one of those, I don't know, I'm like one of those people, if I don't get something done like in one little sitting, I just kind of have like a really hard time like going after it again.
Outdoor and permanent, wow. Huh.
I don't know what that would be called though. Like you need to finish something in one take. This would be called something. Thank you. I actually really did like this one. This one was fun. The knights are easy though, right? The least of these drawings are hard. Those ones are always awkward to do, but I think we're gonna put a little fish right here too. Actually, maybe not. It's gonna be kind of busy right up in there. We're gonna just leave it like that. And put on the wood thing. this. It's okay. I use this wood thing to hold the paper down. There we go. It was weird, like the Bible study was kind of hard today.
I think it wasn't that hard. It was the bike riding that was hard today. Which is odd. Generally, it's not really like that. Generally, it's like the drawing's hard or the Bible study's hard. Alright, I'm going to take off all this, the doodads on the screen. Take out the chat, text, the BMX video, the image slideshow.
And maybe we might zoom in once more. Twice, yeah, twice. Let me get some close-ups. Here's the verse. That's actually the most important part of it, right? Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me, your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Psalms 23:4. Now I do remember doing a Bible study on this, and it says the part that they kind of highlighted was the shadow of death. And how there was this one commentary, and it said, you know, like when you look at shadows, sometimes shadows can appear bigger than they are, right? And they can scare people because you don't really, you know. And I think they said something about the shadows. I remember that. And we got some sheet. Tried to think about the armor of God. Helmet of salvation, breastplate of righteousness, belt of truth, boots of the gospel of peace, sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, the shield of faith. It is kind of weird that I put the shield right there. I kind of just had to add it in there. It was kind of, that part's kind of janky, but there is the staff. There is a staff of Aaron that kind of started budding. Yeah, it was fun.
Now we're going to get our thumbnail, and this is how I get the thumbnail. Just like that. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. And we're done, everybody.
Now hopefully I can maybe rate somebody.
Man, these streams have been taking 2 extra hours. I've really been trying to... There was a time when I was doing these streams, and I guess it's because it's either I'm doing the Bible study longer or I'm riding more. Because I've been trying to do these streams in 5 hours, but I've been pushing them to 7. Yeah, it's getting kind of late.
It actually is late.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to look at some streams, and let's actually see how many people are even watching. There's only one person. Maybe I won't even rate anybody. This concludes the stream today, everybody. Or actually, you know what? Let's just find... Maybe I'll find, like, just a Christian streamer that, like, doesn't have any... maybe we can try and help somebody out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn down the volume. We're going to go into... Christian tag, and let's just go to like the lowest view. Let's see here. Lowest viewers. Let's see somebody that I have not seen before. Oh, there's a person that's drawing. I don't know if they actually are an artist or not, but maybe we should rate that person. I guess we'll rate this person. This person has 0 viewers. Okay, so we'll rate this person then. Yeah, this person says, "Oh Jesus." Thing again. Have a good one, man. Thank you for stopping by. our stream manager. Let's go to raid channel. Let's see if I can find this one. I am Okay, here we go. Genshin Impact. We're gonna raid this channel, everybody. I don't know if anybody's gonna go into it. Certain audiences, okay, we'll do it anyway. Okie dokie, everybody. Well, we're gonna raid this person. I know there's only one viewer, but we're gonna raid it anyway. I don't even know what this person really believes, but it says Christian on their tag, so try and help them out. Farewell, everybody. Oh yeah, this person definitely is a believer. Because, is that like an AI bot thing or something? How did they get that? How did they already know who I am? That's strange. Huh. That's really odd. Holy moly, that's odd. Glory be to God. Thank you for planting and watering seeds of faith. Keep it up. Alrighty. Let's see. Now I can end the stream.